Motorsports Engine Show right here at the South Spanish Bull Ring, Senoia Raceway. Hey, what's happening, and welcome to the Motorsports Engine Show. I'm Michael Coleman. I'm your host. Of course, you know this old fella next to me, Gumbo Joe, hanging out after a great day of swimming and night shoot tonight. Thank you, Producer X, for tonight's night shoot. But what a special interview this was. Monster Mania, once again, 2020. Had 6 drivers, and I would say this guy, Mike Vaters, coming your way in just a minute, is the grandfather of all that you see here. Mike, Hall of Famer with the monster trucks, inductee for the Hall of Fame up in Indiana. And what a great story he was. Great guy, great mentor. Coming your way right now on the Motorsports Engine Show, it's Mike Vaters with the Black Stallion. It's the Motorsports Engine Show right here live at Monster Mania 2020 in the South Spanish Bull Ring, Senoia Raceway, and I've got a real treat for you guys today. I don't know if Mike would say he's a real treat, but he is to us as fans out there. Historian, I'm going to tell you something, not only historian, but a Hall of Famer with monster trucks, Mike Vaters. What's going on tonight, Mike?
Oh, just getting things ready to go, and you know, we didn't have the best luck last night, but we had another motor we put in, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, a lot of really kind words and a lot of really strong words that were said for a lot of these younger drivers that are out there that you raised up, basically, in this thing. Out of Hagerstown, Maryland. Mm-hmm. So you're no stranger to racing at all. It's really been in your blood being up in that part of the country out there and all. Tell the folks out there a little bit about your past and who you drove through, and also right now what it's like to be an independent truck driver out there right now.
Well, we started back in late 70s, early 80s. I had a street truck, and I kept raising it up and messed with a little bit of, you know, anything, you know, pretty much a gearhead. And I bought a truck in 1981. It was a F-250. It was all black, and we lifted it up, and it was real tall, big tires on it. I even put rear steering on it on the street.
I remember those.
Yep. And again, they come out with bumper height laws, and it just got so where I either was going to have to take it off the street or lower it.
Yeah.
So it was a matter of just, you know, I just got around the few trucks back then. There was only like 12, or I was probably the 12th, 13th truck ever built. And I just decided to go ahead and do it. And
in the South, we have rednecks. Were you kind of the redneck kid in your neighborhood?
Well, pretty much.
Yeah.
Back then, they really didn't call us rednecks, but, you know. No, I mean, just, I don't know. I'm always helping other people work on their cars and trucks, and I just kept lifting my truck until they come out with bumper height laws that pretty much was going to take me off the street. So I decided to go full bore and make a monster truck.
Awesome. And that's led in how many years now?
Well, that was in 81. I called my truck Black Stallion in 81, and in 2021 I'll be 40 years campaigning Black Stallion, about 38 years with the monster truck.
Incredible. And once again, talk to the fans a little bit about your Hall of Fame experience when you were inducted. What did that mean to you?
Oh, it meant a lot. I mean, I never thought there would even be a Hall of Fame for monster trucks, and you know, watching Bigfoot and some of the early trucks, and I was kind of, we call our fans now super fans, and I didn't realize it, but I was kind of a super fan to them early trucks, and I just got in the mix and put myself a truck together and tore it around, and then just kept improving the truck and kind of going with the new technologies over the years. And you know, we created a bunch of different things on the monster trucks, you know, in our camp, you know, bypass tube shocks, and you know, I drove to California to see some of the off-road shocks before there was any 4-link monster trucks, and we were one of the first, you know, of course, 4-link trucks, you know, out as well.
Yeah. Who inducted you?
Monster Truck Hall of Fame. It's out of Auburn, Indiana.
Yeah.
And I bought a couple old trucks, restored them, and put them in the museum.
Awesome. That is a great legacy.
Some of the early Pioneer trucks.
We'll get a chance on the second segment to talk a little about legacy family and all that.
Right.
I know you have a lot to say about that. But let's talk about the loud pedal and the high-speed thrills of these trucks. And we've heard a lot of explanations what it's like to put your foot on 1,500 horsepower of Keith Black Hemi. What does it mean to you? Do you still, you've been around the block for 30-plus years. It still means something to you when you hit that loud pedal. You still get a thrill out of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's, we're... It's a lot of work, and like last night, we was up most of the night putting a new engine in, and I'm 55 years old. I'm like, what am I doing? And till I put my fire suit on and put that bucket on my head, and then I turn into a teenager again.
Come on.
So it
keeps you young.
Oh yeah. The kids cheering and everything, and
they were last night. You had about 10,000 people here, really screaming.
Yeah,
at the top of their voice.
It was an awesome show.
Yeah. That'll lead into this next question. I'm gonna throw a zinger at you here. All right. You talked about being kind of a superhero, I guess, to a lot of these kids and stuff. You're a superhero, Mike. What is your superpower?
Oh, I don't know. I guess. Well, for one, when I strap that truck to me, I feel like I'm invincible. But I've taken some hits where I didn't feel like it was invincible. But I guess making these kids like in pit parties and stuff, just come up and hug me, and here we were, just hugging you just like they've known you forever, and then have people coming up telling you stories that you don't even remember. I mean, I've ran into, I've been on this 38 years. I've ran into third generation already. That was teenagers when I started, and then they had their kids, and then the kids had their kids. So I don't know. I guess just sticking with it as many years as I have, and just thrilling the crowd. It makes it worth it when you're up all night covered with oil and grease, changing motors, transmissions, putting the rear ends back under it. There's a lot of these things. We tear these trucks to pieces.
Yeah.
And I guess when it's showtime, I guess that makes me feel like a superhero.
That's awesome. And you know what? I think anytime, no matter what kind of race you are, if your vehicle brings you back to people, what you're talking about becomes the most important thing. I do think that people are the only appreciable asset in any sport.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And having those memories, I guess you've seen little kids grow up to get married and bring their kids.
I've seen third generation. I remember somebody telling me I was at a certain speedway, and I was the guy that did this and did that, and that's happened quite a few times. And I'm a grandfather now, and this is my grandkids.
Wow. Yeah.
And wow, it's so kind of makes me feel old. But then again, once, like I said, this still keeps me young.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, the second part that we talk about with Motorsports Engine Show too is a little more personable, a little less, I'd say, media capped as it would be, and it's we call it Finish a Winner. You're like me. You're in the second season of your life. You're kind of looking back and looking forward a little bit. How would you like to be remembered in this sport? And tell us a little bit about your family and leaning in on some of these young drivers that you're training now. How important that is to you right now?
I just try and be understanding. That everybody don't think like I do. You get a little aggravated, but they don't think like I do. But you just be patient, work with them, and I know Matt Cody, when he first came to my shop. I asked him for a 3/8 wrench, and he didn't know what I was talking about.
He told us about that too.
Yeah. And but now he knows all the size wrenches. He's there. Sometimes he keeps me on my toes, and that makes me feel proud.
Yeah. That's awesome. And your family, this is a family affair. You're touring with 4 trucks right now. Not only that, you put on the show. You've got drivers that you've brought up. You've got friends that help plan the show and everything. So it's a nuts to bolts operation when you run into. Yeah,
my son, Mikey, he normally runs Overkill Evolution. He's up in Canada now with his family. He was just kind of not wanting to across the borders. It's kind of tough to get across the borders. I said, just stay up there with your family. We'll do these couple shows. You know, we'll pick up where we left off once this is over. And you know, he's done really very well. He's a world champion in Monster Jam 2015, and his mother raced as well back in the early years. She first woman to ever qualify in a national points race.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it's kind of in his DNA.
Yeah.
So.
Well, awesome. I'll give you a chance in just a second to speak to the people just about what is going on nowadays, what's on your mind. But let me ask you this before I do that. If you had a theme song for your life, Mike, what would that theme song be?
Man, I'm not real sure. I've
not take this job and shove it, right?
No. No, I'd have to give that some more thought. I really don't really know. You asked me that at the beginning here. I haven't thought of that.
Well, I'm thinking I'm going to give you one to think about then while you answer the next question on here again. Black Stallion, I'm thinking maybe Mustang Sally. I don't know.
There you go.
That may be a good one, getting into the whole stallion thing. We give you an opportunity right here at the end too, Mike. There's a lot going on. You've said it. You've mentioned it 2 or 3 times. We're in a very people like me and you, individuals have been around the block a little bit. We're seeing times right now with people, and people are scared. They don't know what they are nowadays. This is a good opportunity for you to speak your heart to the folks out there about what you think about it. Maybe you told me the other night you're half full about this, so what do you got to say to people out there?
Well, I mean, there is a virus. I mean, there's always been viruses. There's always been sicknesses, and but I just think the media and they're just playing it to kind of manipulate us. And
Producer X likes that answer, by the way.
What's that?
Producer X likes that answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you know, just believe what's in your heart. Don't listen. You know, there's a lot of fake news, as they say out there, and you just sit back and watch everything, and you know, the right and the left, and just do what's right in life, and you know, raise your children to, you know, do what's right, and listen to your parents, and just keep moving forward. The bad always goes away. It never, you know, just do right in life, and life will do you right.
That's an awesome word. Well, once again, not only Hall of Famer right here at Senoia Raceway tonight, but also really great guys you got to see. Mike Vaters. Mike, appreciate you being with us tonight on the Motorsports Engine Show, and Godspeed to you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out the Motorsports Engine Show. What an episode. As you can see, Gumbo Joe and his brother Mo over here. What's up, Mo? It's been a long night. Producer X allowed us a night shoot tonight. We appreciate it, but man, it's been a long night. But as we say here at the Motorsports Engine Show, it's always tough to run without the engine. Take a chance in life. Don't take a chance like Mo. Maybe like Gumbo back there. Get on up there and run that cush a little bit. That's okay. Get on that wall. Go down there, catfish a little bit. Check us out on social media, on the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram. Also, Mo's personal favorite, Producer X's YouTube channel, Motorsports Engine. Check it out. Subscribe. Ring that bell. And until next week, remember, it's always tough to run without the engine. See you next week.